What's up guys, Jimmy here with another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing for you guys Star Trek.
No, no, no!
Okay, come on, this game isn't really that bad, is it?
No, no, no!
So before we begin guys, I just want to give a huge shout out to g2po.com and also gamersgate.com where you can download games anywhere, anytime. They gave me a free copy of the game. G2PO is a great site. If you're into gaming videos, a site dedicated only for gaming videos, definitely check out that site. And also Gamersgate is a great place. You can get games for a great deal. I was able to get Arkham City Game of the Year Edition for the PC and also Test Drive 2 Unlimited for amazing deals. So definitely check out those two sites. So let's get started with the review. So let me just first off say guys, for the game Star Trek, it's available for the PC, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. I did get the game, the Steam version, and there definitely were some issues for the Steam version, but let me just say for this game guys, if there was a demo that covered the first around 2 hours of the game, and a lot of people played the demo, a lot of people would end up buying this game. This game so far hasn't sold that well, but if it had the first 2 hours, a lot of people would buy it. So the first 2 hours for me, guys, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. You know, big fan of Mass Effect. Obviously, this is not an RPG. It's more of a third-person co-op shooter where you take control of either Kirk or Spock. I know the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 version has also local co-op, but for the PC, you can play online with a friend. Unfortunately, the co-op, or as the developer said, the bro-op, they're terming it as bro-op. Well, the bro-op was broken and is still broken for many people through Steam. Saturday, I had about an hour or so left of the campaign, and there was mandatory, or I had to install a 2.5 gig patch. And it's still broken for a lot of people. A lot of people, for the longest time, pretty much everyone could not get into a co-op match. But in the game, of course, it is a third-person shooter, and the shooting mechanics, for the most part, work very well. And as I said, the first couple hours of the game, I was really into it. I thought the visuals were okay. The voice acting was pretty good. You know, you have the actual voice actors from the movies. This is a game actually that was in development for quite some time, and the developers for Star Trek are the same folks that brought us Dark Sector and also worked on The Darkness 2 and a bunch of other games. There are a lot of issues, unfortunately. A lot of things, it wasn't just at times wonky, but at times some controls were just unresponsive. Oftentimes the jump would not work, and also certain co-op mechanics, whether it being healed by your teammate or prying open a door, there'd be huge issues. There are a lot of bugs, a lot of issues with this game, guys. Help, I've been shot. Dude, revive me. Revive me, bro. Let me revive you. Bro. In the first couple hours, you know, throughout the game, you're fighting this race of like lizard, dinosaur type enemies named the Gorn. And at first I'm like, oh, this is cool, you know, some cool enemies. But those are the same enemies you play throughout the entire game. Understand you're fighting a main group of the Gorn, but there wasn't a whole lot of variety with these enemies. There are a bunch of different weapons to select, and as I stated earlier, the shooting mechanics for the most part work very well. But other things like, as I said, some of the co-op mechanics like opening the doors or hacking in to open doors or hacking into the turrets, at times would get very repetitive and sometimes wouldn't work the way they should. I definitely had fun times or fun moments in this game, but overall I would say it's a below average shooter. There are cool moments in the game, such as you get to fly through the air where you're kind of traveling through space. And also there's moments of the game when you're using a wingsuit. And that was kind of a cool moment in the game or moments in the game or added some variety to it. But overall, it was very repetitive, and there are a lot of bugs and glitches that they really need to fix. I've read some reports on how in a lot of these co-op matches, the co-op match wouldn't last for long before one of them got booted out, which is a huge issue, obviously. In many moments, there were good moments in the game where it's like, wow, this is a good third-person shooter. But because of the bugs, because of the issues, because of a lot of the repetitiveness, just doing the same thing over and over and over with little variation, it became more of a less than average third-person shooter. I know this is a movie or a franchise-based game. Some of you guys might enjoy it, and then a lot of you guys might be disagreeing with this and have only played the first 2 or 3 hours. I did get the chance to play through the entire campaign. Overall, I spent over 10 hours with the game. Another huge issue that I had, this is probably my biggest pet peeve, the game took a lot longer for me to play, reason being there are major checkpoint issues where you'd reach a checkpoint and it wouldn't, the next scene or the next area wouldn't load the way it should. So you're pretty much standard in a certain area unless you restart the checkpoint, or at one point I had to restart the chapter because even restarting the checkpoint wouldn't work for me. I did play through the campaign, and again guys, overall this is a below average third-person shooter, but there are definitely moments that I enjoyed. And if you can pick it up on the cheap down the road, right now, full price game, I cannot recommend it at all. But down the road, if you see it for $10, $15, yeah, pick it up. There's definitely a few hours of fun in the game, and there is, if they can just really iron out the co-op and fix the co-op, I can see how this could be a blast to play. As I said earlier, it was like 1 or 2 hours from the end when that mandatory or that install patch, that 2.5 gig install patch was put in place. So the co-op was broken the entire time, or the majority of the time that I was playing through the campaign. But yeah, guys, as I said, if you can pick it up on the cheap down the road, yeah, pick it up. There's definitely a few hours of fun if you're into third-person shooters. Definitely let me know what you thought about this review, guys, and if you had the chance to play the game, what you think of the game. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.